Town of Salem, the game embodiment of the Salem witch trials in 1692. In Town of Salem, the Russian mob has come to town and they're trying to kill all the innocent civilians before the innocent civilians hang them for their crimes. For being a game about witches, the witch roll is surprisingly rare. I've played Town of Salem for a long time and recently decided to come back to it, but I was going to do more than just play it. I was going to play exactly 100 rounds. I'm quite experienced with this game, so I'll explain some of my strategies as the video progresses. This took me dozens of hours to record and edit, so please enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Without further delay, let's dive right into my 100 games of Town of Salem. Game 1, despite the witch roll being rare, I got it on my very first game. The witch roll is a very unique roll that can control a player at night and force them to target another player. I will then learn the exact role of the person I just controlled. The witch's goal is to A. Not die, and B. Ensure the town loses. This means my default ally is always going to be the Russian mob or the Mafia. Unfortunately, I accidentally controlled a Mafia member into killing another Mafia member, which caused a friendly fire. Whoops! Shortly after that, the town put me on trial and hung me for my crimes. What a great start to this super cheery game. In my next game, I was a hypnotist, a Mafia support role who can trick my targets into receiving a false message at night. The Mafia can all speak during night, which is a very powerful niche. Something you should know about Town of Salem is its tradition to be randomly attacked when you least expect it. As tradition, a random vigilante shoots me, and I die. My Mafia ally, 15, was being quite stupid, and he lost our team the game. In the third game, I finally rolled the most common faction, the Town. I'm a bodyguard and I can guard a player at night. After there are only 2 evils left, we ended up hanging a medium claim, someone who can talk to the dead. I predict that Mafia will attack the doctor next, so I protect the doctor. Needless to say, I was correct, and I sacrificed my life in glorious combat to save that doctor, and fell for an evil Mafia member. Needless to say, I was correct, and I sacrificed my life in glorious combat to save that doctor, and fell an evil Mafia member. I killed the godfather of the Mafia, and Town won. Next, I'm the sheriff. Although it sounds badass, this is actually one of the most boring roles in the entire game. This round was also super unlucky, as our mayor died on the first night, then our jailer died soon after. Mayor and jailer are both very powerful roles, and losing them early was a kick in the rear. Then we got a lucky read on the godfather. A witch manages to control a vigilante to shooting me, and the Mafia clean up the rest of the town. We lost to the Mafia. Game 5, and I'm the doctor. A powerful role for the town, but also a super boring one. 2 Mafia members left the game very early. I heal the lookout claim, and then a bodyguard defends me, like I did the other game. All the Mafia have died, we lynch the executioner, lynch the werewolf, and win the game. Transporter game. Here we see the incredibly common occurrence of getting super unlucky. 5 town deaths in a roll, and then evil rolls have the majority and overpower town. We lose. We're back with the evil rolls, and now I'm a consort. Consort is the evil variation of the escort, which both have identical abilities. The ability is to, distract someone each night. Very early on, the jailer dies to a serial killer. Jailer is unconditionally the most powerful town role in the whole game, and losing it this early was amazing for the Mafia. We then push up the serial killer and lynch them. We're forced to lynch a consigliere, but then we convince a vigilante to shoot another town member. The next day, we lynch a jester, which is a unique neutral role that has a unique objective. The jester's whole goal is to get lynched, where it will then haunt one of its guilty voters. After lynching the jester, we kill 13, and all 4 of the opposing players are dead that morning. 1 left the game, 1 died to guilt, 1 died to jester, and 1 died to the hands of the Mafia. Almost the cleanest Mafia game of my life, with just 1 Mafia death. Good game. Now, I'm the crazy serial killer. Neutral killing rules are unique, where they only win by themselves. No mafia, no town. 2 sheriffs die on the first night. I go around stabbing people one by one, and 5 turned out to have defense, which I suspected to be the Godfather, the mafia leader role who has basic defense. I realize that mafia are winning, so I need to stab a mafia member to even it out. I end up stabbing 6, who was consort, indeed a mafia member. Disguiser then gets lynched. I stab a doctor and then realize only 2 town and 2 mafia are left. I have to make the correct decision to stab 15, 12, or 1. I have to stab the mafioso, or the mafia will overpower me. I go for 15, the vigilante claim, and yes, he was the mafioso. It's just serial killer, jester, and Godfather. Jester doesn't give anyone the win. Night falls, Godfather kills the jester, and serial killer apparently auto-wins in a situation like this. I get my first ever serial killer win, which is amazing. Neutral killing wins are quite rare. For Game 9, I'm a medium, a mystic tower role who can commune with the dead. Unfortunately, all the mafia left the game, and we got a very quick win. I'm the sheriff again, and this round was super boring. I left shortly after I died. Next, I'm the unique neutral role executioner. The executioner is given a random target, and all I'm to do is get them lynched at any cost. Unfortunately, the mafia die very early, and I have no room to try and get my target lynched. I get another stab at the psychotic killer. I claim to be an investigator, as usual, but there are 3 spy claims in the town. They all turn out to be real, and I'm stabbed because I underestimated them. On Game 13, I was the doctor once again, but a server shutdown ruined our fun. Someone revealed his mayor before the world ended. Game 14 shows me the bodyguard, which is the cooler doctor. After we lynch a mafia dancer on day 2, I die the following night. If I have to say, it's a pretty sad showcase of the bodyguard. I'm the bodyguard again. Me and an investigator pushed a Godfather and lynched him. I put in my will I was going to die that night, and sure enough, I did. Serial killer and mafia attacked me. Another bodyguard fought off the mafia, but the serial killer still got me. What a shame. All the mafia died, but we cleaned up shop and won the game. Game 16, and I'm the sheriff. Town died. They died. A mayor also threw the game, and tons of people left. Not a really good game for the town. Yet again, I'm the serial killer, which is quite amazing. I had an incredible game going on, but towards the end, I accidentally attacked one of the mafia. A sheriff caught me, and I was hung. So close. It's game 18, and I'm the jailer. Jailer will generally lead town, and that's exactly what I did. Multiple town deaths at the start did not make it easy, however. A veteran claims to me, and we slowly find the mafia. A veteran claims to me silently, and we slowly find the mafia. We can lynch an escort claim who turned out to be consort, and then I execute a serial killer. The scary part was I almost didn't execute the serial killer, which means he would have stabbed me in jail. The last mafia makes a critical mistake. I execute the last one, get an achievement, and win this very tough game. I'm the jailer again, and I decide not to go with the meta, so I don't claim on the first day. Then I am immediately shown why this meta exists, because I die to the mafia on night 1. Amazing. I left the game right afterwards. I'm a blackmailer now in game 20. Town got destroyed. So we gave Jester the win. Jester does not kill the serial killer, and then we discover our blackmailer is AFK. He loses us the game to serial killer from voting power, even when we had majority for so long. Some people were suspected that it was an alt account of his and he did this on purpose, but regardless, I was super pissed. I'm the serial killer again. How is that even possible? Anyways, the Mafia all died super early, and I mean every single one on the first night. A bodyguard, 2 levers, and I killed the last one. So, there went all my fodder. I tried my best, but lost after gesture was revealed. Next, I'm the bodyguard again. I died in combat against the werewolf, protecting the jailer. Werewolf turned out to nuke 3 town members in the process while sacrificing himself, greatly benefiting the Mafia. Mafia played it well and ended up in a 1v1 against Veteran. Veteran is a town-killing role that can go on alert and kill any visitors, so the Mafia and Veteran had to play chicken. If the Veteran wasted his alert, it would be game over, but if the Veteran didn't alert and he was attacked, it was also game over. If the Mafia attacks into an alert, he dies as well. In the end, the Veteran lost chicken and died. Spy here on game 23. Town played pretty poorly until we killed the werewolf. Then, we kicked it into high gear. Bodyguard got 2 kills, we lynched the witch, and jailer killed the other Mafia. Lynched the last Mafia and won the game. Now, I'm the furry werewolf. Werewolf is a unique neutral killing role that transforms every other night. I get a powerful attack and a rampage, which means I have the potential to attack multiple people. A veteran died very early, and then 2 Mafia and 2 spies died. I claimed Investigator and had some really good reads on people. Managed to trick town until jailer left. Wish and I teamed up to kill the Mafia and win the game. Game 25, and I'm the serial killer again! Anyways, I made it to the end by claiming Investigator again, but then I thought too fast and claimed serial killer way too early. I almost won, but town trolled. 7 was a little toxic, and I lost. I'm back with the town in game 26 as a doctor. Very early on, the executioner's target was lynched, causing the executioner to win. While I was on the jailer to keep them protected, I was rule blocked, and the jailer died. Very unfortunate. Luckily, the mayor revealed and clutched up the game, taking majority back from the Mafia. Although, I did have some pretty good reads on people. Now I'm the veteran. I used a strategy called vet baiting to get some kills on the Mafia. And I did. 4 kills. 3 of them were Mafia. In the end, though, it was Mafia versus Werewolf versus me. We lynched the werewolf, then I played poker with the mafioso. Unfortunately, I chose not to alert, and I died. Retributionist on game 28. Nothing eventful, I died and we won. Then the game gave me a gun. I shot someone who was silent. They were a townie, so then I proceeded to shoot myself. In game 30, I'm the sheriff. In true Town of Salem fashion, I died very early. In game 31, though, I'm a solo coven leader. I decided to play on the coven expansion, and I really wasn't sure what I was doing. Due to being jailed twice in a row, town sussed me out pretty quickly. In game 32, I roll the arsonist. Unfortunately, jailer decides to execute me with 0 leads. This sucks. I was playing super well, even. Amazingly, I'm the arsonist once more. However, my luck plummeted from here. All of my doused targets leave, and the town sussed me out. Can I get 1 lucky arsonist game? I'm back to being town as the jailer. We were super far ahead of the evils, so I did a little trolling and told a vigilante to shoot me. This is a common meme, but we did it on purpose. Because of this, Werewolf killed the mayor, and we actually lost. Moral of the story, don't do too much trolling. Back in the Mafia class as the Godfather. Unfortunately, in true Town of Salem style, a random bodyguard killed me and the werewolf won because I was dead. Great. Vigilante. Now I have the Second Amendment. Serial killer and Mafia die early, so I shoot someone that has defense the very night I die. What a sad way to use my American rights. I need some redemption as the town. I've let them down too many times, but here's my chance. I'm the bodyguard now, and we sweep through the arsonist as well as the 4 Mafia. I predicted who was the jester, and we secured an easy victory. Doctor next in Game 38. Nothing eventful, win. Game 39, I'm the Sheriff. Sheriff is one of the most boring roles ever to exist, but I make some good use with it in this round. I survived super late into the game and managed to find the serial killer. Since Jailer never claimed though, we got deceived. 14 was bodyguard, but claimed super late on day 7. Therefore, he threw the game and lost us the round. Game 40 blesses me with fun as the executioner. Unfortunately, my target dies on night 1, and then an arsonist decided to torch one person, which was me. I died night 2 to an arsonist. How does that even happen? I'm the doctor once again. Healed the jailer night 1, but I was also blackmailed. Then I was double transported and stabbed. What an eventful occurrence. I got another shot to be the jailer, this time no trolling. We almost lost though, as 6, our lookout, was being super dumb. Then, Retributionist raised a dead vigilante to shoot me, even with Retributionist throwing the game completely. We pulled ahead and won. Being the town yet again, I'm a spy. A jester gets lynched day 2. Here's where I fail to understand my notes. All it says is, day progresses, I die, win. What the hell does that even mean? Well, I'll just edit what's happened in-game on the screen right now, so I hope you enjoy this riveting gameplay that I'm sure you're seeing right now. Once again, I'm in the town, this time as the escort, a town role who can distract people at night and block their ability from happening. The vigilante claims in a game with a witch. A super stupid move, as now the witch can control the vigilante into friendly firing a town member. Town throws hard after believing an obvious fake claim to push the confirmed lookout, even though the investigator claimed sheriff earlier in the same game. After I died, I just left. Naturally, I'm the consort now, being the mafia counterpart to the escort. Jailer and Retributionist die super early, but so does our mafioso. Serial killer and Godfather then leave the game, leaving me and the hypnotist in a rough spot. We need killing, but this transporter is messing us up. Big time. Hypnotist fake claimed to split up the town's votes, while I thought of a plan. We tricked the transporter into killing the certain people we needed them to, and lynched the right people for a tense win. Back to being town, I'm a bodyguard who died in his line of duty, defending another town member. We did end up losing regardless. Did my sacrifice mean nothing? My notes get confusing once again. I'm the jailer again, and I executed the blackmailer as well as the sheriff. We lynched a werewolf, I think. These notes make no sense. Apparently we won though, and I attained my 5th jailer win. Once again, I have the right to bear arms. I use this incredible gift to shoot the lookout, who took way too long to claim. Then, Jailer threw the game by believing a claimless person over the confirmed veteran. Ay ay ay. Strap yourselves in, I got a lot of notes for Game 49. I was consigliere, and this was one of my proudest games ever. Our Godfather leaves night 1, and then I find the serial killer. Unfortunately, our new Godfather was new to the game and didn't even know how to kill. This was disastrous. Our consigliere was super late to claim and couldn't save himself, despite my best efforts. I then teach my Godfather how to use his knife, and we kill the lookouts, who I also found. I then found the Jester and used my perfectly crafted will to throw sus off of myself and the Godfather and onto the Jester. Lynching Jester was just for kills at this point. We needed killing potential that badly. Eventually they figured out that the Godfather was evil. It's me versus 2 confirmed town and a medium. It's over. Despite my masterful information manipulation, I could not carry my team of underperforming Mafia to the finish line. I thought I played the absolute best I could, perfectly using my tools to stall and kill as efficiently as possible. Then this stuck-up in the graveyard says I was playing terribly. He claims to have known I was evil all along. If only he knew the lengths I went through to try and get my team where they got. What a game. Halfway there with game 50, I decided to play a Coven expansion game, and I actually got Plaguebearer, which is a unique neutral role in the expansion. I must do my best to spread the plague amongst the town. Once they are all infected, I am transformed to Pestilence, Horseman of the Apocalypse, the strongest being in town of Salem. Except the strongest being is any competent team, and I had no team. In the end, I had no idea how to play Plaguebearer, but I did manage to become Pestilence. That was pretty neat. Even though I was lynched in the end, becoming a god amongst men was more than enough to satisfy my lust for the Coven expansion. Mafioso this time. My Mafia were quite stupid. I'll spare the details, it was rough, and we lost. Finally, back as a neutral role, Serial Killer in Game 52. Played the game flawlessly, right up until there was a gesture at the very end, and I forgot. Sadly, this cost me to lose. Investigator this time around, I found 2 Mafia and an Arsonist. Quite eventful, I'll say. Although Evils gave me a bit of pressure, I slipped through and easily won. Now I'm a Blackmailer, one of the most stressful Mafia rules ever. I can see every whisper, but reading them was all such a headache. I accidentally threw the game by voting guilty on one of my Mafia, offsetting the vote by just 1 person. Time for Redemptionist the Serial Killer. Even though town threw the game super hard, Sheriff found me in jail. All my notes say is unlucky loss, and I'll just take it for what it is. Game 56 gives me the Mafioso, which shortly becomes the Godfather after our original Godfather leaves the game. The game went fine until the Blackmailer did not silence the lookout. They outed us all, and we barely lost to majority. Time for a Town of Salem classic moment. I roll Spy and die night 1. Super cool. Next, though, I use a scroll to get the Jester roll. This should be fun, except I get blackmailed on night 1 and then die on night 2. Execution on game 59. I decided to play patiently but ended up asking for pity from the Mafia to lich 3 and give me the win. Game 60, it's time for more Coven expansion. I rolled Medusa, a special Coven roll that works similarly to Veteran, except I died night 1 to Mafia. I'm so glad that that never ever happened again, dying as Coven super early on. I decided to play another Coven game, as that last one was a bit obnoxious. Medusa snapped the town in half on day 1, then I was witched and attacked by a werewolf the next night. What the hell was that game? I'm Doctor on game 62. After taking a nap to fulfill this role's gameplay, I got lynched by town. Consort again. I claim Spy after our Mafioso leaves, then carry my team to victory. No further Mafia deaths, and we lynched Arsonist at the end. Good win. Once more, the American spirit rushes through my blood. This time, I don't shoot a town member immediately, and I shot the Mafioso. Only after getting blackmailed, however. I did end up shooting an AFK bodyguard, but they had it coming. Regardless, we won the game. Consort. Jailer believes a random late claim over me, and I get executed. Fun. Mafioso this time. I've never got vet baited so hard. I attacked the veteran night 1 and got shot. Game 67, Godfather. Jailer kept jailing me and asking me to speak Spanish for him, which saved my life. Although I was lynched because Spy doesn't see Mafia in jail. Apparently they were right. Misplay on my part. Game 68. I was the jailer, but someone else claimed jailer. Turns out this jailer meta sucks and I was stabbed by the serial killer. I'm jailer once again, and I'm silent again. Game goes okay this time, and I practically carry my team. I executed 3 evils, but it didn't even matter as I ended up in a 2v1 against 2 Mafia members. A sad way to end the funny number game. Mafioso in the Coven expansion. Framer and Blackmailer threw to get themselves killed, leaving just me and our other Blackmailer. Then Pestilence became a thing. I died shortly after to the Pestilence. The thing about this game was, I attacked 6 times, and 5 of those attacks didn't go through because of defense. What's the point of having a gun when everyone's immune to guns? Mafioso again, this time without the Coven expansion. After our Godfather leaves for the 1000th time, the game goes mostly okay. That is, until Lookout sees me kill the jailer. It should be a tie vote as we have the Witch on our side. The Witch is a neutral role that wins with anybody except for the town. So, naturally, they would vote with us, right? Nope. The Witch voted me up, losing themselves the game. What a stupid loss. Game 72, and I'm an ambusher. Not only does half of our team leave early on, but I don't manage to get any kills at all. Our Godfather attacks the jailer way too early and gets himself killed. From there, it's over. In Game 73, I'm the investigator. Mafia pushed a Lookout so they could give Executioner the free win, as the Lookout was their target. After that, though, Town lynched me, instead of the Framer I found on Night 1. Game 74 brings me some questionable people from the Town of Salem community. I name myself I Love Black People to counter their evil voodoo. Sadly, I died on Night 1 to vet bait, just trying to protect the spy. 3/4 of the way there, back as a mafioso. Tons of town died early on, allowing us to take an easy majority. The Vigilante shoots me as I shoot them, and our Mafia picked off the rest of the people. Not before our ambusher leaves, though. Still the Mafia, but the Godfather now. Town was a bit stupid. We slaughtered everyone. Dicey towards the end when a transporter killed our hypnotist, but we secured the win by hanging the Jester. Good game. Godfather once again. We found the Werewolf Night 1 and then killed each town one at a time. Not a single Mafia death, and we trolled at the end. Graveyard was looking really green, and we won. Blackmailer on Game 78. Jailer ran a 50-50 chance with me and another spy claim. Lynched me. Unlucky. Game 79, I'm the investigator. 3 Mafia members left and the werewolf was executed by the jailer. I found the Jester towards the end of the game. My notes didn't specify if I won or not, so I'll just put it on screen. Game 80, back in the Coven expansion. Vigilante this time. I shot a pirate, but then the amnesiac remembered he was also a pirate. Weird. The vampires then take over the town. Wait, vampires? Okay. And then I got lynched by the vampires. Amazing. I'm a veteran and my notes are pretty shallow. No kills all game, and then we won, garnering my 5th veteran win. Would have been nice if I included more details, but ah well. On to the next game. Just like Game 49, I've got a lot of notes. I'm super proud of this game too. But instead of Mafia, I'm a serial killer. Likely my favorite role in the whole game by this point. On the very first night, 2 of the Mafia died and neither of them were leavers. The Consigliere had found me, however. The Mafia and serial killer are not allied, but he decided to whisper me asking for his help. Huh. This was unexpected. I agreed to this temporary alliance and accidentally found out who the Godfather was via attacking them. Now I know who the Mafia are. This is going good so far. We hang the bodyguard on the next day. Next, 14 tells me he will stab the jailer. Deep down, I know that stabbing 14 is the play. With a heavy heart, I arrive at his house and stab my friend to death, praying that the Godfather will not push me tomorrow. Thankfully, he pushed the veteran, and we lynched them. I'm free to stab the sheriff and take my win against the single Godfather due to the stalemate detector, favoring serial killer. After I had won, I profusely apologized to my friend 14. But hey, he was a good sport. Damn, what an exciting game. Game 83 brings me the Mafioso. Could I get a new role maybe? Anyways, we were doing fine until my Godfather threw me into the jailer early on. That kinda lost us the momentum we needed and we lost the game. Game 84, I'm the spy. One of the cleanest wins I've ever had. Just some good old detective work with some trial and error. Good win. Consigliere in Game 85, a Mafia investigator who finds the exact roles of people. 2 Mafia leavers wasn't a good start, then I get completely random executed. Supposedly I was too quiet. What a sad way to end this game. Game 86, and I'm the bodyguard. My notes just include this image and the word win. I legit say it at begin 8 of the day. Exhaustion is whispering to Evie. If you are too last to check. Win, I guess? I'm not really sure. Lookout next. No deaths on the first night, but what followed was a town slaughter. I pushed the wrong person up the trial and the jailer dies. Game 88 brings me the sheriff. I find the janitor before promptly losing due to some mayor dying. Getting real unlucky with some of these games. By the point of Game 89, Town of Salem 2 had already been released, and I was just trying to finish up these games so I could move on to playing the brand new game. At first, I only saw 3 Mafia, which tripped me out. Our Mafia died, and we lost hard to majority. My last Covenant expansion game before the final 3. I'm Mafioso again! I died to multiple things. Unbelievable. The Jester and the Bodyguard. Game 91 is a scrolled werewolf game. Town was completely obliterated, so Mafia took majority very early on. I won the heart of one, who started voting with me despite the fact that he was a town member. I managed to kill the consigliere Mafioso, and then the second to last Mafia left. Doctor voted with me to kill the last Mafia, and I secured another miracle werewolf win. Jailer. I was attacked night 1, but the 2 doctors saved me. The lookout also found the Mafia. We went through the game super standardly and eventually hung the last evil. Good win. Game 93 and I'm a blackmailer. Transporter screws our Mafia claim and then the town lynches me. Even though I'm the only other to claim. Super odd. Look out on game 94. 3 townies died super early on, then I got stabbed. Some games will end like this. Last 5 were in the end game. Investigator. A rough early game led to 3 town deaths, and then I found the Arsonist, Witch, and Mafioso. Another rough 3 town kills, and then we killed 3 Mafia. A game full of 3s, but we won regardless. It's been a while since this has happened, but I died night 1 in game 96. Godfather in game 97. I hit the Witch night 1. My notes say Taunting Fest, which I can only assume was banter. Game was going horribly until we hung the lookout and the doctor left. We were free to kill Jailer and hang the Arsonist. We did more silly banter, then won. Investigator on game 98. Jailer died night 1, which was bad. Although Witch left the game, so Mafioso got hung next. Then I died to Werewolf. Lookout on game 99. I was transported and blackmailed on night 1, and a medium died to Vigilante on night 1. Which means a witch had controlled them to shooting the medium. Maybe the medium curse is real. Investigator finds the witch and we hung her. Next, we found the blackmailer who hit the jailer. Arsonist leaves and we suss out the last Mafia to win. Game 100, a Covenant expansion roll. I roll Medusa once again, despite all 3 of my scrolls. I named myself Thanks for Watching because I'd like to thank all of you for watching all 100 games of my Town of Salem video. However, in true Town of Salem fashion, I was shot randomly night 2 by a vigilante. Words can't describe how annoyed I was, but what can I expect from Town of Salem? It's a game where you are randomly killed with no warning beforehand. Although I was randomly killed on an anticlimactic day 100, this video was a blast to record, and it was really fun getting back into Town of Salem. Next up, I'll be doing 100 games of Town of Salem 2, featuring the Apocalypse and a ton of brand new roles. Stay tuned for that. I'll be getting my revenge on these vigilantes killing me night 1. For now, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, as these videos take many hours to record, edit, and upload. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day. Peace.